hope you're all doing well. So this video is showcasing my favorite matte eyeshadow brands. Brands that have my favorite matte eyeshadows. Okay, so matte eyeshadow, if you don't know what matte eyeshadow is, it's an eyeshadow that has no glitter, no shimmer, no sparkle. It's just a flat, I think of like matte paint, like a flat paint kind of shade. Now mattes aren't necessarily hard to create per se, but there are some brands that do struggle with them, and there are some brands that do them phenomenally. So we'll talk about in my collection, you know, in terms of the brands that I have here, that I have in my collection, who I think do matte the best. Granted, that doesn't mean that brands I don't mention don't do them well. I have a lot of different matte eyeshadows and I use a lot of different palettes and a lot of different brands, but these I feel as though do it the best. You ready? Alright, so the first brand, I want to talk about Profusion. Now this is with an asterisk. So Profusion does mattes either really, really well or really bad. Like they're chalky. Like the ones that are bad are chalky, but the ones that are good are really good. So I just, it's one of those almost honorable mentions that start. For example, this Profusion 7-shade multi-finish eyeshadow palette, as well as their larger panned palettes. I'm sorry, the ones that are $10 palettes, not so much the small powder ones. The mattes are bomb. So this is like one of my favorite neutral nude palettes. Okay, you only have 7 shades in here, but the mattes, look at this. Look at this. I mean, absolutely incredible. Smooth, blendable. They're not powdery. They're not chalky. They show up true to color. I know sometimes with the mattes, it can be, it might not swatch the same way in the pan or show up on the brush the same way. Look at those bold colors. The pigmentation is wonderful. So Profusion is that asterisk because they do, you know, sometimes, you know. The rest of the brands, I haven't found a dud yet. So that's why the rest of them are in here. So the next brand I have is Juvia's Place. So we all know the hype around Juvia's Place at this point in time. Juvia's Place makes wonderful shadows, metallic, satin, all types of finishes, and their mattes are phenomenal. Okay, their mattes are, dare I say, out of this world. They're beautiful. They provide big pans in their palettes, which I do like. Some people think it may be overwhelming, but I like the size of the pans. For example, this palette here is the Warrior 2, and this is an all matte palette. I'm just going to hold it here. Look at that black. Look how black that black is. That's like Vanta black. Like, that is ridiculous. And it swatches and it showcases. A little goes a long way. You do not need a lot. You do not need a lot of Juvia's Place shadows. They'll last you forever. The colors are, the mattes are rich. They're not, oh my God, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God, I can't think. Anyway, the colors are rich and they're not, oh my God, I don't know the word I'm looking for. But anyway, they'll last all day. I use an eye primer. And you know, sometimes like with some shades that may fade, I haven't had an eyeshadow fade in a very long time, but like where you'll see, let's, for example, if it has sparkle in it, and it'll just like kind of disappear and the sparkle will still be there. With some mattes, the intensity will fade away after a while. You'll still have a wash of color, but the intensity will lose its intensity, if that makes any sense. And these mattes do not do that. None of the mattes in this list do that. But absolutely gorgeous. I love some neutral mattes. I love bright neon mattes. We'll talk about that in a minute. Juvia's Place makes bright, colorful mattes. They make neutral mattes. They make all types. But absolutely gorgeous, okay? Insane. Let me keep this wipe right here. Like, and stop reaching for it. Alright, the next, I'm going to leave we'll do the singles last. The next brand of palettes are the Lime Crime. Lime Crime's mattes are pretty bomb. So this is the Venus XL. It's my favorite palette. One of my favorite palettes. And the mattes here, they're actually a little bit drier than Juvia's Place, but they're so, like, it's like, it's only a couple ways you can describe these bad boys without sounding repetitive. But, just rich. Just rich colors. They're a little on the dry side, and that's okay. The pigment is there, everything is there, but they definitely feel dry. They're not the smoothest blend, but once you blend them, oh, they're gorgeous. So this is again the Venus XL palette. There's a lot of berries in here. pinks and berries in here, and I love this palette. And it's mostly matte, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Now, on brown skin, on darker skin, mattes can be not as, I don't want to say not as flattering. Mattes can, if it's a bad matte, it's really obvious. It's a bad matte shadow. It's really obvious if you had a packet on and things like that. So I appreciate these strong pigmented mattes where I can just, you know, pat on a little bit and it's just full on color. Really appreciate that. Okay, and then the newest series of palettes that I have shown me like what a real matte can do, a really good matte can do, even though I already knew through my other stuff. But these are the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palettes. I have been playing with these since I got them a couple weeks ago. This is, I have all 4 of them. I have them over here. I'm just holding up the volume 2 because that's what I'm wearing in this video. Spoiler, because I did a Brainless Beauty on live and no one knew what I was using. So if you watch that live where I did this video, this is the palette that I use. And I pulled a shade or 2 from another brand. But anyway, this is the Norvina collection. Now, I'm going to talk real quick about the other Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. Some I liked, some I didn't like. Like, I didn't like them on the Renaissance. The Subcultures mattes were absolutely terrible. You hit pan in like a minute. Horrible. They faded on my eyes. It was just a mess. And it's like, ugh. They broke my heart. Do I want to get these? Shout out to Faces by Gina, because again, she convinced me and enabled me. And I do not regret it. The mattes in here are, I'm wearing this palette today, but I've worn each one at least once. And, oh God, they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. Pigmented, rich. They're softer pressed than the Lime Crime ones. The Lime Crime ones are really, really, really hard pressed to me. These are softer pressed, but not as soft as like the Subculture or the Modern Renaissance or the Soft Glam. I think the Soft Glam is a little soft pressed to me. Beautiful. Beautiful. From the light to the dark shades, the mattes really look good in here. And they really, the only one I have an issue with is the matte yellow in the palettes. None of the matte yellows do it for me. They don't do it for me. I'm really critical on a matte yellow, but I have one that definitely is doing something that I'm wearing today. So, yeah. The Anastasia Norvina ones, I definitely recommend. Try to use a discount code, coupon code, use some points or something, because they are $60 a piece. And I managed to use, I think I had a 15% off code or something. But yeah, they're not chump change. But I think they're worth it. And yeah, so that is the Norvina palettes. Those are new. So now we have singles. Brands that put out singles that I like and I enjoy their mattes from, okay? So the first brand is Coloupop. I like Coloupop's mattes. Their single mattes, in my opinion, are just slightly different. They might not be. It could be a psychological thing. Than the mattes in their palette. Whatever. Here I'm holding their rainbow palette. I forgot what this is called, but their rainbow palette. And the mattes in here, absolutely gorgeous. I ordered like plenty of singles. I've made a couple other palettes from them. And their mattes are just I like my matte a little bit soft. Like a Lorac Pro. That's as soft as I'll go. A little bit soft. And Coloupop is that perfect press. It's not super hard like the Lime Crime. It's not overly soft. Like I really enjoy the press of them. And so let me swatch a couple. Their colors are true to the colors in the pan. True to the color in the pan. Transfers on the eyes with the brush the exact same way. They don't alter, they don't change, they don't oxidize, those kind of things. And Coloupop has a plethora, $4 for these singles, maybe $5 now. They have a plethora of options for you to choose from. And yeah, you can make your own, build your own palettes, which I think is wonderful. You can do just a lot of different things, and their mattes are great. They have a lot of neutral mattes. So here's a palette I made. This palette is a little bit more cool toned, with a lot of neutral mattes in there. And I just highly recommend. There's only but so many ways I can describe these mattes. So now I'm just going to go through the other brands. The next brand, which I need to get more mattes from, is Adepts Cosmetics. Adepts Cosmetics makes wonderful magnetic eyeshadow, magnetic eye palettes, or magnetic palettes rather. And they branched into eyeshadows last year, and yes, killing the game. So I actually only own 5 of their matte eyeshadows, but they are bomb. So in this palette here, a palette of all their shadows, these are matte. And let me swatch them. They're soft pressed like the Coloupop. First off, this is one of the, these two are like pretty unique colors in my collection. Look at these. Look, oh. Ooh, ooh. Beautiful. Easy to blend. Look! Easy to blend. Softly pressed. Semi-softly pressed. Oh my god. I absolutely, those 5, they sent those to me. Those were actually sent to me. But I'm not paid to say anything or anything like that. This video is not sponsored. But, you know, so it was a random assortment of shades that they sent me. And so these 5, they couldn't have sent me, oh my god, I'm making a mess. They couldn't send me a better 5. Like if I had to choose, these probably would be in what I choose. And yes, their other shadows are gorgeous too. Look, just look. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Do I want to do that one now? Okay, I'll do this one. Suva Beauty. Now, Suva Beauty's mattes are in a category, in this category, because yes, they're pigmented. Yes, they are, you know, easy to blend. Yes, they come in big pans. Yes, I can get them for a deal at IMAX. But the main reason is because they have UV matte eyeshadows that aren't loose pigments, because I have some blush stripe pigments that are UV, but these are already pressed. OMG, all of them aren't glowing UV, but especially these top ones. Look at these. So y'all know I'm a stickler for a matte yellow. Suva Beauty one is okay. I have one that's better though. Yeah, this is all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna show you. That's all I'm gonna say. 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 As I grab another wipe. Griff, General Manager, GM. GM in the house. Right, Griff? Right. And then last but not least, I just got these last week. I just got these and I've been playing with them. I did a couple looks and their mattes are already bomb. Now granted, I researched this company. I was like for months debating on making an order, looking up swatches, watching reviews. So I already had this bias that they were going to be bomb. And yeah, they're bomb. And that is Give Me Glow Cosmetics. I have one of their large palettes here. Give Me Glow Cosmetics. I bought the palette separately. I've bought their palettes before. And I ordered some of their singles. And granted, I need to order to fill this palette up. So there you have big 36 millimeter pans. Beautiful. Let me show y'all something. This red, I have Sugar Pill Love Plus, and this red is called Low Battery. Tops my Sugar Pill Love Plus. It is like the best red eyeshadow. It's matte I have ever come across, and it says matte pressed pigment, so ever come across. This bad boy went on like a dream. Gorgeous. Went on like a dream. Look at that red eyeshadow. Let's just look at it. Griff, look at it. See? Absolutely insane. And then the yellow that I was telling you about, again, I'm critical of matte yellows. It's hard to do. And I love yellow on brown skin. So this one here, matte yellow they have, is called Sunny. Beautiful. It gives me what I need in a matte yellow. I kind of was heavy-handed. It gives me what I need. It gives me what I need! Yes! I don't have a yellow like that in my collection anywhere. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So shout out to the hell. They made the list for that, red and yellow alone. But they have other shades, obviously. I'm going to make another order at some point in time. And to fill in my palette and to get some other colors and stuff. I didn't get very many neutrals. But, oh yeah. Oh yeah. So you guys, those are my picks for companies that make bomb matte eyeshadows. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about any of the products mentioned in this video, feel free to leave it down below. I love you all. Me and Griff will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!